हरि ओम। ओ ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गायै नमः। ओम श्री राम रामाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयम् नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। शङ्करं परमानन्दं ब्रह्मनिष्ठं यतीश्वरम् भाष्यभ्रान्तिहरं वन्दे शुद्धज्ञानैकबोधकम्। ॐ नमः शिवाय। 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 नमः शिवाय। ॐ नमः शिवाय। ॐ नमः शिवाय। ॐ नमः शिवाय। नमः पार्वती पतये। हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम। हरि ओम। We'll begin with the Shanti mantra. ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्ताक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम। We shall chant the mantras from the beginning. ॐ अथ अश्वलायनो भगवन्तं परमेष्ठिनम् उपसमेत्योवाच अधीहि भगवन् ब्रह्मविद्यां वरिष्ठां सदा सद्भिः सेव्यमानां निगूढां यया चिरात् सर्वपापं व्यपोह्य परात् परं पुरुषं याति विद्वान् तस्मै स होवाच पितामहश्च श्रद्धा भक्ति ध्यान योगादवैः न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन त्यागेनैके अमृतत्वमानुषुः परेण नाकं निहितं गुहायां vibhrajate yatayo vishanti vedanta vijnana sunischitarthaah sannyasa yogat yataya shuddha sattvaah te brahma lokeshu para kale paramrutat parimuchanti sarve. Kaivalya Upanishad from Atharva Ved. Here we have the description of the Shishya Ashvalayana approaching the Guru Parameshthi and requesting him to teach him Brahma Vidya. That Brahma Vidya which is pursued by good people, wise people, and having gained this Brahma Vidya, one becomes free of all papa and attains that supreme Purusha, attains Brahma. So the teacher begins the teaching by saying that you can know that Brahma through Shraddha, Bhakti, and Dhyana Yoga, with faith, with devotion, and with meditation. These are the means. Shraddha is faith. With faith, we have to listen to the Shastras. We should do Shravanam with Shraddha. Then, with devotion and single pointedness, we should reflect on what we have heard and understand. And thereafter, we have to meditate and experience what we have understood. So, these are the steps. And when we gain this proper knowledge, then what happens? A renunciation happens. See, we don't have to gain anything new. The Shastras do not give us something new. The Shastras make us recognize what we already are. So it is praptasya prapti. We have to gain what we already have. But due to ignorance, we don't know about it. And because of this ignorance, we are holding on to false concepts, false ideas, false theories, false philosophies. False means wrong. Like I consider myself as this physical body. Though the body is born and body will die, and constantly the body changes, but I have this strong notion that I am the body. Also, I have the strong notion that I am the mind, the intellect, the senses. So this is something which I am holding on to very strongly. So when I drop all these wrong notions with knowledge, then I will experience my immortality. Therefore, the teacher says, "Na karmana, na prajaya, dhanena, tyagena eke amrutattvamanashuhu." That you will attain that immortality only through tyaga and not through karma or through children or through wealth, but only through tyaga. When I renounce, I attain my own self. I attain that immortality, which is beyond all swarga, beyond swarga, parena nakam nihitam guhayam, and it has to be recognized within our own antakaran. In the deep cave of our own heart, we have to recognize we are as though living on the periphery, we are as though living on the circumference. We have to reach our own center and recognize ourselves as we are. And there alone it shines forth. Vibhrajate yat yatayo vishanti, and all seekers, all spiritual seekers ultimately reach here, strive to reach here, strive to reach within their own antakarana and recognize their own supreme nature. All our sadhanas, all our upasanas are meant ultimately to realize ourselves as we are. So, yataya shuddha sattvaha. And the steps to realize is Shravan, Manan, and Nididhyasana. So first we have to listen and understand what the Shastras are conveying about my own self. The self is so subtle and it is not the object of any praman, worldly praman. We cannot perceive it. Self cannot be perceived by our senses, either directly or indirectly. Self cannot be perceived by the senses. The self doesn't have any sound or a taste or touch or smell. It cannot be perceived through the senses. Though many people try to see, try to hear the self or do research to find out what is that consciousness, but it cannot be pursued through our senses nor through any instruments. It can be known only with the help of Vedanta Prama, the one who knows about this self. That supreme reality itself has revealed its identity in the Shastras, in the Vedas, in the Upanishads. Just like when we go, when we travel, they ask for our identity and we show our identity, our Aadhaar card or our passport, and then they recognize us. Yes, this is the same person. But who am I inside? Who am I really? What is my essence? That identity we can recognize with the help of our Shastras, with the help of the Upanishads. The Upanishads reveal who I really am. They are the Praman, and there is no other Praman to know the self other than the Upanishads. So, first we have to study and understand what the Upanishads are conveying. The Upanishads are there in the Vedas. The Vedas are Anadi, Ananta, Apaurusheya. And the end portion of the Vedas have many, many Upanishads. There are many various branches within the Vedas, and every branch has an Upanishad in the end. So we cannot study the Upanishad by ourselves. We have to approach a master who knows about this Upanishad, who has studied about the Upanishad through the parampara, through proper sampradaya. So we have the sampradaya beginning from Ishvara himself. So Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. It's called Guru Parampara. So Ishvara is the Adi Guru. Ishvara alone revealed this knowledge to Hiranyagarbha, who revealed it to Vishwanara, who revealed it to the various rishis, who revealed it to their disciples, and who those disciples again revealed this knowledge to their disciples. In this way, through this Guru Shishya Parampara, unbroken Guru Shishya Parampara, this knowledge has reached our Guru. So when we surrender to our Guru, then we can gain this knowledge. And having gained this knowledge, we can pass it on to our disciples. So we have to understand the right import, the right meaning of the Upanishads. See, Upanishads are conveyed in a language. in Devavani, in Sanskrit. And the language, any language has got some defects. They can convey more than one meaning. Languages, by their own nature, can convey more than one meaning because because every word conveys many meanings. Like, for example, if I ask someone that please give me an apple. Nowadays, in modern times, apple can not only mean the fruit, but apple can mean a mobile also made by that Apple company. So it conveys more than one meaning. So if I'm asking for an apple, the other person should know exactly what meaning I have in my mind. Similarly, when the Upanishads are conveying, they are conveying one message. But when we read by ourselves, we get many messages because there are various meanings. So, how to know exactly what the Upanishads are conveying? That can be understood through the teachings of the Sampradaya. As indicated by Ishvara, was understood by Hiranyagarbha, and as taught by Hiranyagarbha was understood by Vaishvanara, and as taught by Vaishvanara was understood by the Rishi Munis, and as conveyed by the Rishi Munis, their disciples understood. So, in this way, through a long passage of time, the knowledge has reached us. But there is always a possibility that when such a long parampara is there, the knowledge can get twisted, the knowledge may get corrupted, the knowledge may convey some other meaning, and that had happened in the beginning of Kali Yuga or in the end of Dwapar Yuga when Bhagwan Shri Krishna gave this knowledge to Arjuna. He told him that due to this long parampara, the knowledge has become little corrupted. So the same knowledge which I had given to Brahmaji, I had given to Surya Bhagwan, I am giving you the same knowledge again. So whenever there is some disturbance in the parampara, Bhagwan takes avatar and sets it right. Or some great Mahatmas who are born for a specific purpose, they also set it right. So Bhagwan says that yada yada hi dharmasya glane bhavati bharata abhyuthanam dharmasya tadatmanam srijanyaham परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. Take avatar for dharma sanstapana, again to re-establish dharma. So we have to understand the right import of Vedanta. If it is understood wrongly, then our whole direction will be wrong. All our sadhana, all our upasana will go wrong. We will not reach our destination. And nowadays, in modern times, because of this various other languages in which we have translated or we communicate this knowledge of the Upanishads, there is always a chance of misunderstanding. Because those languages, if they don't have the samskar of this knowledge, then the translated word may not convey the right meaning. For example, we are speaking in English. English language doesn't have the sanskar of Vedanta. So a lot of new terms are created. New terms are created or used, but they have their own meaning in that language. Like when we say Srishti, we use the term creation, or when we use in Sanskrit the term adhyas is translated as superimposition. But there is another term adhyarop, which has got a different meaning in Sanskrit, but that is also translated as superimposition. So we have to understand the right meaning conveyed by the Upanishads. And that can be done only by following the parampara, the sampradaya properly. The guru of that sampradaya teaches us. So here the teacher says that Vedanta Vijnana Sunishchitarthaha Sannyasa Yoga Yataya Shuddha Sattvaha. Vedanta Vijnana. Vedanta is a Vijnana, is a science. The knowledge conveyed in Vedanta is science, is accurate, is praman. But it has to be understood. The right meaning has to be understood. Arthaha, the right meaning. Nishchitarthaha, the very well ascertained meaning. Sunishchitarthaha, very well ascertained meaning of the teachings of Upanishads have to be understood. Therefore, long period of study is required. Then only things become more and more clear. Long periods of Shravana from the teacher. On and on we do Shravana. Many of you have done Shravana for years together. Then it becomes more and more and more clear. There should not be any doubt in our mind. And though the Upanishad convey the knowledge in one sentence also, the Upanishad just says that Tattvamasi, you are that. That is what Brahma. You are who? That Pratyagatma, the Kshetrajna. This I am Atma is Brahma. This is the knowledge conveyed. But in this, we have to understand exactly what is the meaning of the term Brahma. What is Brahma? Brahma is not an idea. Brahma is not a concept. Brahma is the fact. Brahma is the reality, which is hidden, which is present in this world. In Gita also Bhagavan says, Maya tatamidam sarvam jagat avyaktamurtina. I am present in this world, but I am unmanifest. I am hidden. Hari Vyapak Sarvatra Samana. Premati Pragata Hoi Mai Jana. In the Ramayana also it said that Ishvara is present, hidden. And when we have the proper attitude, proper love, he becomes pragat. He gets manifest, means we come to recognize him. So the knowledge of Brahma is to be understood, is to be recognized. Brahma has to be recognized with the help of this world. Therefore, Brahma is indicated as the cause of this world. Janmadhyasya yataha. Brahma is that from whom this world is born, in whom the world is sustained, and in whom the world dissolves. We can see the world. So, with the help of the world, we have to trace out, recognize that Brahma. So the Shastras give us the technique through various means and various teachings that Brahma is revealed. Finally, we come to understand our buddhi when it becomes pure through contemplation, through sadhana. When the buddhi becomes pure, and in that pure buddhi, we come to understand Brahma. Just as we know an object, when that impression of that object is formed in our buddhi, but Brahma doesn't have any shape, doesn't have any color, doesn't have any form. So how that impression of Brahma can form in the buddhi? This can happen when the buddhi becomes extremely pure, shuddha, nirmala, swachha, because that is the very nature of the buddhi. When the buddhi becomes absolutely pure, then that Brahma shines forth in that buddhi. We come to understand Brahma. And once that Brahma is understood, the teacher further, that is not the end of the story, the teacher further conveys that you are that Brahma. I, I experience myself. I experience myself all the time. I experience my own existence all the time. Even when the body is not, what to call, I am not aware of the body, but still I continue to experience my own existence like in dream. I am not aware of my physical body, but I continue to experience my own presence in my dream. But in the dream, mind is present. But even when the mind is not present, mind is not functioning in deep sleep, I continue to exist there also. So that I, who is different from the body, mind, intellect, that I, who is also called Kshetrajna, who is called Purusha, who is called Jiva, who is called Pratyekatma, that I am Brahma, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. So this knowledge is conveyed in the Upanishads, which has to be convincingly understood. There should not be any doubt. Just like we don't have any doubt about certain things of this world, like mathematics. When it is said 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, we don't have any doubt. Similarly, when it is said you are Brahma, I should not only understand the meaning of those terms, but I should not have any doubt about them. That is called Nishchitarthaha, Sunishchitarthaha. So, Shravan, after doing Shravan, we have to do Mananam, constantly think about it. And the more and more our mind gets focused towards that Brahma, more and more we get tuned to Brahma, the Antakarana start becoming more and more pure. And as the Antakarana starts becoming more and more pure, or as our understanding becomes more and more sharp and clear, all negativity starts falling down. All the wrong notions which I am holding on to gets dropped. So this is called Sannyasa Yoga. Sannyasa Yoga is also a sadhana. Just like we have Karma Yoga, we have Bhakti Yoga, we have Jnana Yoga, there is this Sannyasa Yoga. Karma Yoga is yoga of yoga of karma. Yoga is our sadhana, which involves karma, which is performed with a particular attitude. That's karma yoga, dedicating our kartavya karma to Ishvara. without what you call with samatva buddhi and taking whatever results come as prasad, that is karma yoga. And with love, when we do fulfill this karma yoga, that is bhakti. And when we pursue the path of Shravan Manan Nididhyasan, that is Jnana Yoga. But when we pursue this path of Jnana Yoga, when we try to understand the real import of the Upanishads, how do we know that I have understood? The false notions get dropped. So, dropping the false notion through knowledge is called Sannyasa Yoga. Dropping the false notion that I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect, I am the doer, knower, enjoyer. All these are false notions which get dropped through right knowledge. That is sannyasa yoga. Sannyas means renunciation, the yoga of renunciation. And when we are able to renounce all that is false, we will gain abundance in ourselves as we are. When the false notion get dropped, the real nature of that self shines forth. Just like when the clouds move away, we see the sun shining by itself. Similarly, when the false notion get dropped through knowledge, convincing knowledge, then that renunciation happens. See, without knowledge, if we try to renounce, it will not happen. Many times we hear people saying, "Oh, give up your ahankar, give up your what you call kartutva, the sense of doership, give up your anger, jealousy, greed, passion." We know that they have to be given up, but they just don't fall off. But when that knowledge happens, then that renunciation happens automatically. So sannyasa yoga it is called. Sannyasa yoga yatayaha. These yatis, those who strive on this path, they are called yatis. Those who put forth effort, they are the yati. So such yatis, yatayaha, many these seekers, through sannyasa yoga, through this convincing knowledge of Vedanta, what happens? Shuddha sattvaha, their antakarana becomes absolutely pure. The antakarana starts becoming more and more pure. All the impurities of the antakarana gets dropped. It becomes more and more pure. Just like a mirror which is covered with lot of dust, even when we are standing in front of that mirror, even when we have good eyes and there is proper light, etc., we can't see our face clearly. But when that mirror becomes more and more clean, we can see our face very clearly. Similarly, when our antakarana becomes pure through knowledge and through sannyasa yoga, then in that pure antakarana, we can recognize that Brahma and know that Brahma is our own self. So this is the sadhana of a sincere seeker, the sannyasa yoga. And when our antakarana becomes pure, we will know, we will gain that experience of ourself as we are. The purity of our antakarana is very important. So in a pure antakarana, that knowledge that I am Brahma shines forth and we gain abidance in that knowledge. Such a person who has gained abidance in this self-knowledge is called Sthita Prajna, or is called a Jivan Mukta, free while living, liberated while living. But what happens? What will happen if we don't get abidance in our own self? Or if we are pursuing this path, our antakarana becomes pure, but we have not yet gained that abidance in our own self. And if we die, what will happen? Shuddha sattvaha, those who have become extremely pure, but still have not attained that self-realization. And if they die means if the body drops off, then what happens? Where do they go? Various possibilities are there. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says that such people are called yoga bhrashta. So yoga bhrashta may go to Swargalok and again come back on this earth and continue with his sadhana from where he left, or he is again born immediately in a very pious and a good family, or yogi's family, where he again continues with his sadhana from where he left, or as it is said here, a person may directly go to Brahmalok. The mind has become pure. There is extreme vairagya is there and right knowledge is there, but that abidance is not there. Such a person doesn't have to come back on this earth because there is nothing he has to gain on this earth. Such an such a seeker reaches Brahmalok when we have that extreme purity. Means antakarana is free from all impurities. We reach Brahmalok. When there is punya, more punya karma in our antakarana, then we reach Swargalok. But Brahmalok is much higher. It is the highest world, the world of the Creator Himself. And it is said that when a seeker reaches Brahmalok, the Creator Himself gives him the knowledge and makes him realize that Supreme Self. So, such a person who has reached Brahmalok, he stays in Brahmalok for a long time, enjoying the bliss of Brahma, enjoying the bliss of that Brahmalok. So, they Brahmalok, they remain in Brahmalok. So, pure Shuddha Antakarana, they have dropped their body, and with their Sukshma Sharir, they reach that Brahmalok, which is a world, subtler world, a world wherein one experiences. Loka means lokyate, where one experiences. It's a, it's a world of experience. So there the seeker remains in that Brahmalok with his, with his Divya Sharir, with a divine body, and he remains there till the end of this Brahmaji's period. He remains there for a long, long time, till the end of Brahma's period. See, each Brahma, the creator, has got his own lifespan. His lifespan is 100 years. His divine 100 years. Like we have this Kali Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga, and Satya Yuga. All these four yugas together, they are called Chatur Yuga. And such 2000 Chatur Yugas are one day and night of Brahmaji. one day of Brahmaji, 24 hours of Brahmaji. And such 360 days are 1 year of Brahmaji, and such 100 years is one lifespan of Brahmaji. So after 100 years of Brahmaji, that's called Parantakal, the final day of Brahmaji, when Brahmaji also dissolves. Then the Mahapralaya happens of this entire Srishti. And when that happens, this seeker who has reached Brahmalok, also his body also gets dissolved. Everything gets dropped and he becomes one with Brahma, the supreme reality. So te Brahmalokeshu Parantakale Paramrutat, having attained that Param Amruta, that supreme Brahma is indicated as Param Amruta, supreme immortality. See, Brahmalok is also not immortality, but one can remain there for a long, long time. But Brahma is that supreme immortality, Para Amrutat, Parimuchanti Sarve, and having reached that Brahma, he drops everything. Even the divine body gets dropped and he becomes one with that supreme Brahma. So this is called Krama Mukti. Mukti in stages. So if a person doesn't gain that knowledge and abidance while living here in this world, that person if that mind is supremely pure, such a person goes to Brahmalok and from Brahmalok gains moksha. This is called Krama Mukti. But if we purify our mind, gain that proper with convincing knowledge which is revealed in the Upanishads, and if we meditate here and now and gain abidance in our own self, then we will gain freedom, moksha, here and now. Such a person is called Jivan Mukta, liberated while living. Such a person, even if the body gets dropped, he doesn't go to Swarga or to Brahmalok or anywhere. Here itself, he is one with that Brahma. There is no going and coming for such an enlightened person, like Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi. Doesn't have to go to other lokas. When the body was dropped, he is one with that Brahma. He is present even now as Brahma. So for that, we have to meditate and gain abidance in our own self. So having gained the knowledge revealed in the Upanishads and having gained that conviction that yes, I am Brahma, one has to constantly meditate on that Brahma as our own self and gain abidance in that Brahma. So that is the dhyana yoga or nididhyasan. So that path of nididhyasan or dhyana is now revealed in the following mantras. So let us chant mantra number 5. विविक्तदेशे च सुखासनस्थः शुचिः समग्रीव शिरः शरीरः अत्याश्रमस्थः सकलेन्द्रियाणि निरुध्य भक्त्या स्वगुरुं प्रणम्य हृत्पुण्डरीकं विरजं विशुद्धम् विचिन्त्य मध्ये विशदं विशोकम्. Viviktadeshe cha sukhasanastaha, the beautiful path of dhyana, which is also called jnana nishtha, which is also called nididhyasan, is indicated here for a seeker who has gained convincing knowledge from the Upanishad that I am Brahma. See, even when we gain this knowledge, our mind, due to habit, keeps on going into the world of objects only, because that is where the mind is used to going. That is what the mind is used to thinking. So the mind keeps on thinking about the world of objects. So we have to withdraw this mind from all these objects and focus the mind's attention on Brahma. So this process is what is called meditation or dhyana. And how to do it, go about doing it, the process is indicated here. It says Vivikta Deshe. You meditate in a secluded place. You don't have to, you cannot meditate in a crowded place. One should go to a secluded place to meditate, which is not, which is not where there is no disturbance from other human beings. Human beings are most disturbing. And there is also no disturbance from other wild animals or birds. And there is no noise pollution. There is no air pollution. There is no sound pollution. So, such a secluded place is very conducive for meditation. See, like Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, he gained that experience, a near death experience he had when he was at home. He just suddenly felt that he will die. I am going to die. That that feeling, that thought was very strong. That I will die now. And he was alone at home. And that thought just gripped his mind that I will die. So it's very scary. But then he thought, anyway, I will die, so let me just see what is this death. Before dying, let me just be aware. Let me die awarefully. Let me just observe this death. It is such a great mystery. People keep on dying. We hear about them, and we will also die. But we don't know what is death. So he just laid down on the floor and imitated death. He made his body still and stiff, and he slowed down his breathing, and his thoughts also slowed down. But all the time he could experience his own presence, his own existence. And even when the mind had become absolutely still and breathing had become absolutely still, he could experience his own presence. And he got this conviction that I don't die. There is no death for me. There is no death for the self. Again, he became conscious of the world around. But this thought, this experience, this memory was so strong that he lost interest in all other worldly things. And he just left his home and went to Tiruvannamalai, that mountain. Bhagwan himself is expressing as the mountain. And there, in a cave up on the mountain, away from the people, crowd, in a deep cave, that Virupaksha cave, he just sat there and meditated day and night to gain that abidance. He meditated in the underground cellar of the Patala Linga place of that temple also. For a few years he meditated in the mango grove. For some time he remained in this Virupaksha cave, which is absolutely secluded, no noise, no disturbance of any kind, and just spent his time meditating alone. Generally, we are frightened to be alone. We want company. And nowadays, with all our mobile and all, we don't even want company. We want a mobile. We keep on looking. We want to see what is happening in the world. We want to see who has posted what in Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on this and that. We want to be connected to the world. We don't want to keep our phone switched off even for a second, because we identify with the phone. So when the phone is connected to the world, we feel we are connected to the world. It's all disturbance. So first is we have to drop all this phone and all and go to a secluded place and just sit and meditate there for a long, long time. Free from all worries, free from all fear, free from all tension, free from all other agenda. So Vivikta Deshe, secluded. Because only when we go to a secluded place, our mind will become free of all the noise which is there in the mind. The mind carries the noise of this world, carries the noise of other people around. So just drop everything and just sit alone. Extremely alone. And there is nothing to be frightened of being alone, because whenever we are alone, we are happy only. Like in deep sleep, we are supremely alone. Nobody is there with us. Not even our body is there, not even our mind is there in deep sleep. And we experience the greatest of happiness there. But this we have to do wakefully. So Vivikta Deshe. Vivikta Deshe cha Sukhasanastha. And in this Vivikta Desh, you sit in Sukhasana, sit and meditate. Sukha Asanastha. Meditate in a happy posture. सुख से बैठो वहां पर. Don't have to put some Padmasana or some other Vajrasana or something. Sukh se, whatever is comfortable, because the body should not disturb you when you are meditating. So place the body happily so that the body doesn't disturb. But it should be sitting posture, because if you lie down, there is chance of going to sleep. And if you stand up to meditate, then there is chance of getting disturbed, falling down and all. So just sit and make your mind absolutely calm and peaceful. Sukhasanastaha. And that place should be shuchihi, pure, clean, pavitra. The place should be clean. Not only physically clean, but also pavitra, holy place. If it is there, then it's good. Like Arunachala hill is Sakshat Bhagwan only. So a place which is which has got the samskar of of other Mahatmas who have done some sadhana there, or which there is a temple or ashram. Such holy places are there in our beautiful Bharat Desh. So one can just sit shuchihi, and when we sit, samagriva shiras shariraha. The body should be kept upright. The head, the neck, and the body should be in one straight line. Means that Sushumna Nadi should be straight. Because the meditation is done when we are meditating, our pranas, these move in that Sushumna Nadi automatically. Because it is withdrawn from all other activities. The mind, the body function happens automatically. The mind, the intellect, and all are not engaged in worldly activities. The senses are not engaged in perceiving the world. So the body is kept in upright posture. Samakriva Shira Shariraha. Griva means the neck, then Shira head, and the body should be upright. And then it becomes easier to meditate. These conditions are required for an initial student, initial seeker. But once we gain abidance, then it doesn't matter whether we are sitting, standing, running, doing something, not doing something, we will be in meditation only. Yatra yatra mano yati tatra tatra samadhayaha. Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi was always in meditation. Whether he had his eyes open or closed, whether he was talking to someone or alone, sitting or walking, in meditation. But for a seeker in the initial stages, all these conditions are very helpful. Atyashramastah sakalendriyani nirudhya bhaktya swagurum pranamya. So more conditions are revealed here. Ki atyashramastah, go beyond, sit beyond all ashramas. See, we have these four ashramas: brahmacharya, grahastha, vanprastha, and sannyas. Depending on the stage of our body, different ashramas are there to make our life in this world better. Bhagwan has only done this varnashrama dharma, our varna and ashrama, and according to that we have to live in this world. But meditation is a path beyond this world, beyond worldly activities. It has got nothing to do with the ashramas also. Whether you are a brahmachari, grahasti, vanprasthi or sannyasi, For you, this path of meditation is same. A brahmachari can also drop everything and meditate. So we have to drop our identity with the ashramas. That I am neither a brahmachari, nor a grahasti, nor a vanprasti, nor a sannyasi. I am just a meditator meditating on Brahma. I am that Pratyagatma. I am the Kshetrajna meditating on myself as Brahma. So Atyashramasta Sakalendriyani Nirudhya, restraining all the senses, doing namaskar to our teacher with love, one has to meditate. More about this we will see in our class on Wednesday. Till then, you take care. Be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy. Do your work, do your sadhana, and listen to the pravachan again and meditate. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. जय जय राम। बोले सिया रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।